South Dakota has become a safe haven for people looking for a place to place large sums of money.
The Pandora Papers, an investigation by a worldwide group of investigative journalists, found that South Dakota has become a popular place for rich foreigners to keep their money, often to avoid taxes.
However, supporters of the growing industry in the state say they believe the positives outweigh the negatives.
In 1980, under Governor Bill Janklow's watch, South Dakota changed its usury laws, attracting Citibank and 400 jobs from New York. Other banks and thousands of jobs would follow. And for a state that relied on agriculture and tourism, this is a huge part of our history. Now, decades later, the focus has shifted, creating friendly laws around trusts.
There's some overlap in terms of just the industry itself. The methodical way that the legislature went about creating a fertile soil for the credit card industry, I think, was all at once and very intentional. The way that the legislature has created a fertile ground for the trust industry has been much more gradual over time, and I don't think it was quite as intentional from the beginning.
Tom Simmons is a professor at the USD School of Law. He also serves on the governor's task force on trust administration, review, and reform. While money combined with secrecy can attract those who are involved in wrongdoing, Simmons believes South Dakota is creating a clean industry which generates hundreds of high-paying jobs. He says trust companies go through the same regulatory inspections banks go through. So in that aspect, he says there is transparency. But when it comes to the general public,
in the same way that I can't go down to my local bank and say, I'd just like to know how much money Tom Hansen has in his bank account right now, and they won't tell me, the same response would be given if I went down and said, I'd just really like to know if Arnold Schwarzenegger has a trust with you folks. It's a private financial account. So the confidentiality to the general public is a different thing than the transparency to the regulatory bodies.
Simmons says it's hard to tell. However, he could see the trust industry in South Dakota continue to expand, especially with overseas customers.
And a lot of my students are working in the trust industry. They're great jobs, they enjoy them, and they're raising families in South Dakota where otherwise they may have left.
South Dakota's Division of Banking lists 106 trust companies in South Dakota, and 94 of them are based in Sioux Falls.